Morning, work diver. Good to see you, man. So we got quite the watch list today, and I'm definitely gonna have to, bring some of these down. Kind of watching these low floaters too on the side here. I'm really just kind of watching these just to, maybe get in with a couple hundred shares. I mean, one of these, let's see, which one was it that I was looking at? XTNT. Well, yeah, XTNT can run. Um, it's definitely broken above all the major moving averages, including the 200-day. It's got nice volume. This is one where, I would think about even maybe just taking, I don't know, 300 shares. And if it just comes down below this level, getting out, maybe even just 200 shares, risking maybe $60 or something like that. I mean, this is one of those ones that could easily end up going on a tear today, all the way up to, $5-6. Would be a really good win, even on just 100 shares. So I've got that one, and then SONM. It still has all these moving averages to clear, but the one thing about it is, I mean, it could break out over all of these levels and get all the way up to the sixes as well. And we've seen this a lot lately with a lot of these, $1 and $2 stocks, like jumping, all of a sudden getting bought all the way up to, six, seven, eight, nine, $10. And so I'm just, I'm wondering if there's opportunity there for that with, which, I mean, there's three. We got three of them here, and I mean, I figure, you put 100 shares on all three of them, and now they all three might go, or one of them would fail, or maybe two of them would fail, but one of them would work, and so it really would be, it wouldn't even really be trading on these. It would be more like gambling, just kind of a roll of the dice. Well, I say that, there are some of these that look more promising than others. Like CLSK is probably the least promising of all of them, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, because I'm not an expert on low floaters, but I don't know. These are ones. XTNT really looks the most promising, in my opinion. So, um, anyway, I'm gonna keep watching them just kind of lightly on the side, and we'll see what happens with them. Tesla is one that actually Word Diver called out, and um, it does look like there could be a potential break today. Whether it's a break to the upside or the downside, I don't know. I think obviously a lot is going to have to do with what SPY does today. SPY continues to butt up against these moving averages. Um, it's going to take a lot to push through this. We got to break through the 100, we got to break through the 200, and then of course we have this level here at 298.78. That would be a critical breaking point too. So we're looking at a few things here. I would actually be more. I mean, unless we have some kind of fundamental, just some kind of news catalyst, or I don't know. I mean, I say that, but then it is the SPY. I mean, man, the markets have just done an amazing job recovering from this. I mean, I don't know, guys. Anyway, who knows? Who knows, right? But I think we'll be able to break it down on the intraday charts here, on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute charts. I think they will be very telling, especially if we do start butting up on some of these levels here. So yesterday's high was 297.87. I think that lines up with this right here. Let's see. No, 298.78. Okay, so 298.87. We're watching a couple levels here. So, and then 300 obviously. So, man, that day touched down on it perfectly. So, 298.78, 297.87. So I'll mark these out. I'll go ahead and mark them out. First, I need to change the color here. This needs to be red. Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty clear breakout there. So I'm gonna drop that there, and then and then what is this 290? What was it again? 298. 298.78. So here, let's just put this here and say 298. 98.78. 298.78. Okay, so that's up there. And there's that level. Has that level even really been respected? Not as much, kind of. It's like that's going to be more of the level right there. So I'll tell you what, these are all goodness gracious, come on. These are all going to be red. Morning, Sauger. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. So we're marking out all these levels here. I think this one can probably go. I think this one can probably go. Yeah, we'll keep that level there. Get rid of those. Get rid of that one. So this is what we're going to be watching today on the SPY. We're going to be watching for a clear break of those levels. Now we've got the pre-market lows worked out here. It seems to be a critical daily level. I will just kind of mark out the pre-market lows there with that one. Okay. Yesterday's close. So a lot of the trades I'm going to do today are going to be based on the SPY. But some of them are freestanding. So And by the way, Sauger, you will appreciate this. I don't think you were here for this, but I was going over these three low floaters today that I'm kind of watching. So yeah, again, I think you would appreciate this. I think XTNT has the most promise out of these three: XTNT, SONM, and CLSK. I think SONM would be the next likely, unless it, of course, loses these levels here. But I don't know. I feel like XTNT has the most promise for today. And, CLSK, I'm just going to take that off. I'm gonna need to do some stuff to clear out anyway. So this, now watch this be the one that goes. But I really, Sagar, I'll leave that up to you. If CLSK is really going, you can feel free to shout that out in the chat. Um, let's see, TTWO. I can see this one getting bought right back up. I think there was an earnings report on this, and you got obviously an unprecedented amount of gamers stuck at home playing games all the time now. So, that's big for that one. But let's see. Take Two Interactive Slides is Grand Theft Auto. NBA 2K maker sees Lightyear for new releases. May 20th, 8:30. So I thought they had done okay, but I mean, I know they're overextended. I know, there's profit taken here and whatnot. But if you think about it, we've kind of tapped down to these levels right here, almost. I mean, we kind of did. We kind of touched these levels in pre-market, and so I think if support can continuously be found here at the pre-market lows, I mean, essentially, this is one of those ones where I would, maybe look for a pullback to the 140 levels, and if it holds, I'd consider taking it for a reversal. I really would. And so, here's what I'll do. I would like to know if I don't think I would go short on this stock today. I really don't. I think I would look for a drop to 140 in a reversal now, unless SPY starts dropping. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert on TTWO for 140 on the bid, and I'm going to say look for support for long reversal. Okay, so we got that, and then at the same time, I think I'm going to want to know if it hits the. I think I want to know if it hits 146 areas, close to the pre-market or the previous day close, because if this bounces up, if this comes up and hits this and starts seeing this as resistance, and then if SPY starts falling from there, I think then that would be a good short, at least temporary short on TTWO. So I'm going to put 146.50 on the ask, and I'm going to say watch for resistance. So I've got that there, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that from the watch list. Bed Bath & Beyond, this is, Best Buy. I always want to call BBY. I always get them mixed up because you got Bed Bath & Beyond, which is BBBY, and then you got Best Buy, which is BBY. So anyway, Best Buy, I think, same thing. I think we're overextended on it. It's getting a little bit of a pullback here. But, for it to continue to come back, I mean, we have to break through this pretty key support level here, and then we need to start breaking down through all these moving averages. So I think it would have a tough time. And again, this is one where I would see more potential for a reversal, especially if the SPY started getting bought up and was strong. So I could see more potential for reversal in this regard here. Man, why is this not saying 20? So, and this is supposed to be the 9. So, yeah, I think it's finding support here. I'm just going to keep this on the watch, but kind of further down the list. AZN is another one that I was kind of looking at. we're at all-time highs. No previous area of resistance. Um, this could be a very good stock to trade. I've never traded this stock before, so I honestly I don't know much about it. But it just seems like the activity on it is going to be fairly decent today. And I don't remember the news catalyst on this. Let me see. Now it's a 2 billion share float. That's the only thing I'm kind of wary about because they have a tendency to move slower. So they got $1 billion from U.S. government for a coronavirus vaccine. That's what it was. So, it's more that coronavirus news. People are capitalizing on that, of course. So I'll keep that kind of down in the watch list. TJ, I think this is TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx, this was on popping up too. Same thing, 1 billion float. But they had a report on earnings. And I think it was a beat. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So same thing though. If I'm trading this from a technical perspective, I really am kind of looking more at what's happening here. Are we going to get resistance here? And is this going to be an opportunity, especially if SPY gets a sell-off? Is this going to be an opportunity to jump in with significant share size, even maybe 400 shares, and see this make a strong move to the downside? Or is it going to break through these moving averages and all these previous areas of support that could be acting as resistance? I mean, I don't know. I would tend to think it's a little overextended. You can see here, pretty much every time it gets a pop, it tends to have some kind of a sell-off. Now obviously it hasn't. This wasn't much of a sell-off through here, so I don't know. I need to be careful about that. So, but there's not a lot. There's not a ton of volume here. There's way more volume here. So, you know what? I'm gonna remove that one. I hate to see it go, but I'm gonna remove that one. ACB has an opportunity to. I think they got some kind of news that hit. Yeah, Sagar. I know XTNT is not shortable. I'm actually looking at XTNT for a long. I'm looking at both XTNT and SONM for a potential long. So just to be clear about that. So Aurora Cannabis makes its long-awaited push into the U.S. Okay. $40 million purchase of Reliva, whatever. Okay, so that's pretty significant. So this could, think about all the people that went short here that are going to end up getting squeezed out if this breaks over $19. So this is going to stay pretty far up on the list today. GSX, by the way, this is the one. I'm actually looking for a potential break. I mean, look, this could break down through 28 and go all the way down to 25, down to that 200-day moving average. So this is a critical area here if it finally breaks through. So that is something I'm looking at there. I suppose I would want to be alerted if this hits 28.90, and then I would say look for short on daily. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll put in GSX, and I will put it in for 28.90 on the bid. Add. Well, let me type myself a little message here. So look for critical break of support on daily. Okay, so other than that, I'm going to remove that one from my list. BJ's. This is another one that's kind of pushing up and looks like there's a huge gap to fill here. If it breaks over, well, it'd have to break over 31.19, and then it would have to break over 32.95, and then look at this. I mean, nothing but room here. Nothing but room. Again, we'd have to go off the strength of the SPY. So that's one I'm going to be taking into serious consideration as well for a long. Got a lot of longs up here today, guys, and I'm not typically a long biased trader, but we're looking at about 130-ish million share float here. Good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you. So if the volume starts coming in and there starts being a push, and if SPY's doing well, again, this is one that I would definitely consider looking at. And so I guess what I would want to know is if we can break 31. Because if we can break 31, I guess 31.19 would be the next possible area that I would like to look at for a long. So we're going to say BJ, we'll say 31.01 on the ask, and we will say breakout at 31.19. Then what, 32.95? Okay, so we'll put that there, and then we are going to remove that from the watch list. So we're whittling it down bit by bit here. INO is one that I really don't care to watch right now. I'm just keeping it up because I think it'll be interesting later on, and we did okay on it yesterday, so I'm feeling all right with it. ZM I'll put there at the bottom. Boeing I actually want to move up a little bit. Nvidia, let's see. I'm gonna have to clear out some of these. So I think Nvidia is going to be good for a short here soon, but I'm just going to keep Nvidia, Apple, all that kind of down towards the bottom. Boeing, good news on Boeing today. I think they were, what was it? Can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. And I'm not seeing anything immediately in the headlines here. I think it was like an upgrade. Where is it? Long stock. Picked up a new bull on. Yeah, I think it was an upgrade. So, Boeing has a tendency to do really, really well on the long side. And, we've broken above this 50-day moving average on the daily. And, I wouldn't be surprised if we, shot all the way up to the price target today, which is right now it's currently set at 156.72. So this is actually one that I'd really like to pay attention to and really would like to even consider getting in on a pullback. So Boeing is one that I definitely need to move to the top of the list. And I'm going to have a really hard time getting through this list, by the way, before there's anything significant enough to happen here. Let's see. JD is another one that I want to watch today. And then Facebook, and then mRNA, of course, is one that I'm going to want to watch. So here's the thing with, okay, so I put BABA up here because there's something about maybe Chinese stocks not, oh my gosh, I'm going to botch this if I even try to. I'd have to look up the news. And guys, we're honestly getting a little too close to the open. There was a lot to go through today, but we're going to look at Boeing for potential long, ACB for potential long, BBBY or BBY for potential long, JD more for a short, Facebook more for a pullback. I'd like to see a pullback on them in a sell-off. Let's see. SONM looks like it's losing steam, so I'm going to remove them from the list. XTNT, I may end up going in here. There's a lot of selling there at XTNT. Man, XTNT's having a hard time. Okay, so it's halted. Okay. Let's look at mRNA getting a drop. Facebook getting a drop. BBY getting a nice little pullback here. ACB getting a nice little pullback here. Nice. Boeing. Boeing looks like it's going to go. Let's see if we can get a break past 97. There we go. In 100 shares. There we go. Come out half just in case. Decides it wants to pull back. Let's see if we can get a shot up a little bit further here. There we go. Nice shot to the upside. See if we can get a continued buy up. Okay, coming out there. TTWO. Look for long reversal. Okay. This was the alert I set on TTWO. We'll see. GSX is TTWO is getting away from me. Let's see if it pulls back. GSX is definitely getting the drop here. See if we get any kind of a pullback. Man, it's just going. See if it gets a pullback. Is it? Or is it going to get a continued sell-off? Oh, man. I am missing that one all day long, guys. Oh, and I'm missing that one too. So, let's see. Boeing getting a nice, healthy pullback. Boeing's getting a nice, healthy pullback. ACB looks like it could be finding support there at 16. World. Boeing getting a continued push to the upside. Bears continuing to push it down. Be interesting on Boeing if it can't push past it. I would think it could, yeah. BJ breakout at 31.19. Okay. Let's look at BJ. It's kind of spready though. GSX. Let's look back at that one. This one looks like it's about to tank. AZN. XTNT still halted. Tesla having a hard time. BABA looks like it's trying to make some kind of recovery here. JD undoubtedly is too. Baba could be meeting some resistance. Boeing continuing to get bought up very nicely. SPY's making its way up. Okay, we're going to jump in 50 shares. Consider jumping in again if it gets the drop back to these levels here. But I want to see continuation up through 140 on Boeing. Really like to see continuation. Come out 25 just in case. Consider adding to the position if it breaks back over 140 again. Maybe even consider adding to the position down here. Go. Nice little pullback and okay, so we'll add to our position there, and obviously we'll have to come out at the break of VWAP. 138.88. Hopefully it can make that move up through 140. And then we'll consider adding another 50 shares there. Okay, and looks like we're going to get the break. There we go. Up through 140. Come on. Oh, come on. Get the push. Get the push. Man, what resistance at 140. What resistance at 140. Come on. I'm thinking about adding again. There it is. There it is. Come on. There you go. Race on up there, Bowen. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. Let's break up through 140.50s. I'll take my first. Take profit there. 140.50s. Ah. Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. Make the push. There we go. Here, I'm going to take it there. There we go. Take the first, take profit there, and then, oops. See if we can continue. See if we can continue. Come on, Bowen. Let's get up through 141. I'll take the next, take profit at 141. There you go. And we're going to add to the ask. There we go. Okay, so 139.34 is going to be my break even. Yeah. 139.94 is it? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll consider adding again. Let's check up on some of these other ones. So ACB's making a recovery. I better put that stop in. I don't want to be an idiot about it. So at the break of 140, basically. So 25 shares. Stop at 140. 139.99. Yeah. TTWO. Okay. 139.99. Boeing is just killing it. Nice move. Nice move on Boeing. TTWO. Feel like I had to take a little more off here. The break of 142. Here. I'm gonna take off there. So we'll say 13 at 130. Stop. Sell there. 139.99. All right. So we're up 115 on the day on Boeing. TTWO looks like it's making a nice race back up there to the top. Think this might actually be a good spot to get short, even just a temporary short. It's losing me. I'm not going to chase it. Yeah, it hit that resistance, guys. I told you, if it comes up to here, it's going to hit that as resistance and pull back. Even if it's temporary, it's going to be a temporary pullback. So we'll see what it does from there. Thanks, Yoni B. XTNT with halts. What did I tell you about XTNT, man? I told y'all, man, that looked like the one that was going to go off today. SONM, how's that one doing? CLSK. Yeah, what did I tell you? XTNT, that was the one. That was the one. But doesn't matter. I didn't get in it. Hopefully one of you guys did. Yoni B, you should be good on ACB, man. I knew I should have gotten in on that one too. Ugh. Story of my life right now, right? Story of my life. So I would think about adding come back, adding back to my position there. Look at that. Look at Boeing. Boeing's killing it. I'll hold on to these 13 shares all the way up to 150. We'll put $200 on the day today. ACB, BBY. Nice. Not enough volume on it though. JD, not really enough volume. Baba. Let's look at TTWO again. Let's see if we're getting a retest of those levels. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it looks like it's coming for a retest. Next retest, I think, is going to be at 147.55 because you have, or 148 maybe even. It could tap all the way up to 148 because you have a lot of previous points of consolidation. You have previous area of resistance. There's support there. So I would look into that. I would look into that. I think 148. I would start adding in maybe a 50 share position. Maybe a 50 share position at that point. Although this is looking very promising. It's having a hard time getting above that close. See what it can do here. Is it going to lose? Is it going to lose from here? Looks, it's showing weakness. Oh yeah, that's weak. Man, so tempting to get into that, but let's see. Let's see if it can make a quick pop. It's going to be very deceiving. Yeah, it's making a quick. It's making a pop back up. Struggling. I don't know. It's definitely struggling. Yeah. See if it gets bought. Woo. They're trying. They're trying for it. They're trying. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really buying it. Let's see. Man, really light volume. Pushing up on really light volume here. But let's see. Yeah, 148. 148. I really kind of want to get in here actually. Let's see. 147.94. Man, I'll tell you what. See if we can get a little more buying up. Eesh. Come on. Trying to be patient here. See if we can get a solid push up. You know what? I would be fine to go ahead and get in with 25 shares, I think, for a pullback. Let's see. Really wanted to get up to 148. It's having a hard time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get in 25 shares. And we will look to add up at 149.28, I think. Otherwise, we will get out at 145.28. 145.28. Look for a $2 move on those 20 shares. So 145.28. Yeah, I think we could get that. I think we could get that. But if we go up, you know, I'll just continue to add and build a position. There we go. Looks like we're going to get the drop. There we go. Nice little drop there. If I see any hesitation, I'll go ahead and take off half my shares. Just in case. It needs to get it down at least down to 146. You know, I would look for hesitation at this point right here because I would see this as potential, this 5-minute candle support. But it looks like it's holding the previous day close for support. So there's definitely a little war there. A little war going on here. Although SPY's getting a pretty good pullback, so I don't see why we couldn't push down to those levels. But I'll be ready to call it if I have to. It's just slow moving. I think we're gonna do it, but Yoni B added on ACB, but looks like a loser. I'll check that out here in a sec. So there we go, getting the drop on TWLO. This should be it. I will, like I said, actually probably down here at the 20 moving average on the 1 minute. I might go ahead and take half off. So we'll see if it gets down there. We'll say take off 10 at 146. Buy. Let's see if we can get the first fill. There we go. So we got the fill on those 10, and then we'll take 15 at maybe 144. 56. Maybe we could be finding some support here at 144.78. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, so wow, this could be a good move all the way back to 144. I would maybe even say we could get a break of VWAP here. So, yeah, let me just put it at, just to be safe, I'll just say 144.68. I think we could get that, because that would touch right above VWAP, just in case it gets a VWAP rejection, and that would be pretty significant. So we're going to say take the 15 shares off there. And obviously, if it starts to make a reversal and comes back up, I'll consider getting out break even. But I want to see if we can get that drop real quick. SPY's dropping. Bowen looks like it's starting to have a bit of a hard time here as well. So, you know, I think if Boeing fails the 140.50 areas, I'm going to need to go ahead and get out. So we will say on Boeing 140. We'll say 140.50. Stop. Sell. There we go. So 140.50. Stop. Sell. Let's get TTWO back up here. TTWO. And let's just say, guys, we could, you know what? The way that this is playing out right now, and with the pullback SPY's having, I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this, what I was doing with TWLO, I'm going to actually just find a spot to get out those last 13 shares. 147.28. Okay, all out on Boeing. 147.28. 47.28. Stop. Buy. I mean, I'm almost even tempted to say if it comes back over 147.04, comes over 147. Need to get out at that point. Stop buy over 147. So we'll do that. We'll even do a stop limit because I don't want to take any more of a loss than I have to. And if it just blows past my order, then I'll look to start averaging in to reduce my position. So we'll do that. Stop limit, break of 147. Otherwise, we'll see where this goes, and I think this could still continue to come down, and I think Boeing could still continue to could get a reversal here. So anyway, guys, I'll be right back. And it looks like, wow, I tell you what, it looks like we're going to get that move all the way up over 147 on TTW. A very thinly traded stock here. Very thinly traded stock. AZN getting the move to the downside, so this could continue coming down. Wouldn't be surprised if it did. Don't really know anything about that stock though, and I don't really want to get on it. JD, much more thinly traded today than it was yesterday. ACB, definitely getting the pullback, but there's still potential on that one. Okay, and we're all out on TTWO. So TTWO did me dirty. Did me wrong. But we're still doing well on that. mRNA, so if you'll notice, there's a trend here that we were able to break over that trend line. Look at how well, guys, look at how well. Let me just show you something here. Anybody who's in here watching right now, just look at this. Okay? So we got this trend line. Made its way up, kind of got close to it, came back, finally broke through, found support, broke up through it, came back, touched perfectly on it, came back, touched almost perfectly on it, and then started going up. And then look at this. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make this stuff up. Look at this right here. Gets all this drop this morning, taps right on that trend line, and starts coming back up. You just, I mean, seriously, you can't make this stuff up. This just goes to show you've got a lot of traders, a lot of institutional traders, even I think probably a lot of these algorithmic trading bots that are programmed to, recognize trends and patterns and stuff. It works. It works. This is where I get a lot of the confidence for the trades that I do take. And I don't even know. I mean, mRNA is kind of one of those stocks. I mean, I wonder if it's going to get a breakout through VWAP and come all the way up to previous day close. I mean, it typically when it typically gets a bounce off of trend lines. I mean, it seems to do pretty well. But we do have VWAP here, so obviously, if it gets a VWAP rejection, that could change the story. We could end up finally breaking back down through the trend line. Um, Man, XTNT. How long is this going to be halted? Does anybody know? So Tesla's still in this tightening range. Work Diver had called this. If any of you saw his comment on yesterday's recap, um, he was pointing out that Tesla still is in a tightening range and it's about to have a breakout at some point. Now whether it has a breakout to the upside or the downside, I guess nobody really knows. But seeing that it's riding very nicely on this 9 EMA on the daily, I think it's very possible that it could get the breakout. Now obviously if it breaks through that 9 EMA, if it basically the key level is going to be somewhere around 803. If it breaks through that, then we could come back for a complete retest of this trend line. I think a lot of it also depends on the SPY. So this may be a move that I would look to get into a little bit later on if it seems like it's going to break down through those levels. Now, on the contrary, if it holds, then I think we could definitely see a breakout to the upside. But it is undoubtedly in a tightening range right now, so we want to kind of just monitor that as closely as we can. JD, let's see what happens with BABA here. I'll tell you what. Okay, so there's something about a delisting. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier on. There's something about a delisting of some of these Chinese stocks on the. Let's see. Alibaba stock slips as Senate bill puts at risk U.S. listings for Chinese stocks. So, yeah, China ETF stumble lower midday Wednesday as Senate passes bill that could bar listings of Chinese companies. Senate passes bill that could delist Chinese companies from U.S. stock exchanges. Yeah, so this is what we're going on right here with BABA. And I think, what is JD also? I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure JD is included in that. Yeah, it's a Chinese stock. So, so I don't know. I mean, I think the sentiment on this today could still be bearish. If you look at the technical levels here, we're kind of respecting this trend line here. So I don't know. I mean, I guess this is one of those times where it's kind of like, you know what? You could get in. You could get in with maybe 25 shares or something, and see if you get that move all the way down to 207 or. And then obviously if it went against me, I'd be risking roughly $50. $50 to make 100. I mean, I think it's a pretty good risk to reward, but I'll tell you what, looks like there's a lot of chop action here, so I'm gonna kind of hold off on that for now. Are you guys still with me? Right now I'm showing that I have like 0 viewers. It was doing this yesterday. I don't know why. It tells me I've got 0 viewers, 0 likes. Has anybody liked the channel today or liked the video, that is? Sauger says it shows 5. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing me anything here. So 5 viewers, 5 likes. I'm guessing 5 viewers. Look at this, guys. TTWO pops up, gets me out, then starts racing back to the downside. 4 likes, 5 viewers. Okay. Thanks, Short It All. Good to see you, Short It All. Hadn't seen you in a while. I think we're kind of right now just in a period of consolidation, guys. The market's been open for only 30 minutes. I think there will be some very telling signals here about where a lot of these stocks are going to go, and I may just take one more trade on the day. Always here, just lurking. All right, work divers here. Cool. All right. What stocks are you guys trading today? Let me know. Or what have you traded? Or what are you trading right now? Or what are you eyeballing? What are you looking for your setups today? Traded PHUN. Is that making moves again today? Looking for SNCA break of 180. SNCA. Okay. Yeah, it's cleared a lot of moving averages. It's not necessarily the biggest former runner, though. But the volume continues to come in. We'll see. Yeah, keep us posted on that, Sauger. GSX to crash and ACB to break 16. Yeah, I was looking at GSX earlier. I did set an alert. Yeah, at the break of 28. I think you're right. Sort it all. I'm very much considering getting back in or getting in on this one. I missed it the first time around. I had an alert go off right at the break of 28.90. And man, I wish I'd caught that move to the downside. We lost a good dollar in that move. And I think a lot of people were looking at this daily break over here. So I don't know if you were here in pre-market, but we were talking about that. But yeah, you got these wicks forming. It's holding VWAP, but I guess now would be the time to get in. It'd be interesting to wait for a pullback. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. You know what? I may start with 100 here. Oh. Did not get it. Blew right past. Let's see if it pops up and gets me here at. Oh, it's saying it's not shortable. Well, that's dumb. What, I can't short? What, do I have to locate them? Oh, come on. Is it the route that I'm using? It's not letting me short it. Man, I hate that. Come on. Why can't I short it? You guys are crazy. Let's see. Rejected. Symbol not shortable. That's the dumbest thing. Come on. Well, yeah, it's on a. It's saying that I should be able to do it on an uptick, but it looks like it's got an uptick, but it's not. It's just not letting me. this CB right here, it's on a broker restriction. But like if I try to put, like even if I try to, let me try to put, yeah, it's not. Even if I try to put it up here at like 29.20 to catch it on an uptick. That's really weird. Well, there goes my plan for GSX. Let me know how it goes for you though, Short It All. I would love to know how that turns out. ACB, I'd have to locate shorts, and I don't even think they're available. Yeah, inventory does not exist, so there's no locates available here on Lightspeed. So there goes that. You know, I want to know if this gets back up to $17. Otherwise, I'm going to remove it because, you know, I think it could, if it could test these levels here on the daily and have a breakout. So I'll just, let's see, ACB alert at 1720. There we go. Otherwise, I'm removing it. Not even going to mess with it today. Facebook, nice little pullback there. AZN, continuing to get the drop. It's very interesting. What does this do on the 1 minute? Constant pullbacks. I'll watch that for a pullback. TTWO starting to enter a little bit of chop. Man, that was a great move on TTWO. I wish I had taken more shares. Wish I had taken 50 shares. We had a really solid move on that. XTNT still halted. Tesla chopping a little. We'll see what that ends up doing. Bava. One of my few good trades this week, sadly. What, on GSX? Market's been a little difficult this week. I'll admit. You know, I've barely had a $200 day this week, you know. Boy, I miss the days. Boy, I miss the days when I was knocking out, you know, $500, man. This has been, you know, but I've been playing it safe. I've been playing it extra safe. Building my cushion, getting my back off the wall. And that's good. We're almost kind of getting to that place where I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive again. And when I say a little bit more aggressive, I mean just a gradual increase. You know, I'm not going to be taking 1,000 shares of anything. Even before, when I was making, you know, 500, 400, 500, $600, I wasn't taking 1,000 shares usually. Sometimes I would, you know, on lower price stocks, but well, good. I hope GSX works out for you. I really do. I mean, it looks, I don't know. You know, it's kind of teetering around. The whole market right now, like I said, it's almost like it's wanting to choose a direction right now. And Baba, look at Baba, man, making a great, or Boeing making a great recovery. Continuing to push. Boeing is strong today. I mean, there's no doubting that. Boeing is strong. But Boeing has, in my opinion, I think there's going to be a test of a short, or a test of resistance at 147. And, you know, and then I think again at the 150 areas. 149.69, tested that once. 148.69. 147. Yeah, all as you get up towards 150, I think there's going to be a severe test of resistance. So I may look, like once Boeing kind of makes its way up to those levels, I may look to take just a temporary short. Not to say that it won't break those areas and just skyrocket, but I do think we'll get enough of a pullback to where I could average in 25 shares here, 25 shares there, you know, build a position maybe even up to 100 to 150 shares, and then get enough of a pullback off of those 150 levels to where, you know, we could get out with a nice little profit. I mean, that's basically going to be my plan on Boeing later in the day, or later in the morning, I should say. I don't know how much time I'm going to actually spend on this throughout the day, but it's like a TWLO. Let's see what that's doing. This one just continues to make moves. It's broken way out of these trend lines. I can go ahead and get rid of these because they're just not even, they're not even worth anything anymore. So Baba, JD. I'd love to see Baba come up here and get the test. Tested this trend line. I don't know if it's going to give it to us, but we'll see. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Well, we may. There we go. See if we can get a good pop up on Baba here. See if we can get a good pop. It's having a hard time. It's having a really hard time at these levels. Okay, I'm going to go short Baba. It's just showing a really difficult time at these levels. And I'll consider adding. I mean, if it would have to break, yeah, that trend line and 1,214 sustained pretty well over that. So, of course, SPY would have to continue moving, which it is now all of a sudden. SPY was looking very, very weak there. I will look to get out the 50 shares. We'll just look for a little move down to $12.84. Yeah, I think 212.84 would be good for those 50 shares. I'll put that order in there. Yeah, I think we could get that. You can maybe even get a whole dollar move off of it, but here we'll put it at 74. Put it at 70. 212.70. We'll get out those 50. Let's see if we can make it down there. Might even make it the whole way down to 212.44. Come on. Can we get the move down to 70? If not, if it looks like it's stalling, I'll take half, and then at the break of 213, I'll take half, and then I'll take the other half. I'll let the other half ride out. We'll take 212.64. And if it looks like it's stalling, I'll take half there. Looks like it's trying to make its way back up. Looks like it's following SPY. So it held there, held that 9 EMA, basically. Okay, it's making a push. Let's look at JD. See what JD's doing. Yeah, JD's making a push. JD's making a push. Bob is making a push. Well, we may end up losing on this one. Held that 9 EMA. We'll see. Can we finally get the rejection at this trend line here? So I got in at 213.44. So what I'm going to do is, if we can get a pullback to 213.44, I will I'll buy back 25 shares, and then I'll see what the other 25 can do from there. I'm very much considering, well, SPY's getting a massive buy up. JD's continuing to push. I would imagine BABA would follow suit. Let's see. Trying to be patient here with this. ACB broke 16, got stopped out. ACB, rough week for me. I'll stay away for the rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. All right, Yoni B. It's all right, man. Tomorrow's definitely another day. Definitely another day. to meow. Yeah, tomorrow for sure. So this could be dangerous, guys, right here. I mean, I don't see too much strength with these stocks, but really want to give this a shot. Man, we definitely broke trend on Baba, but I think I'd be willing. Where would we have to go? 216. Got resistance at 215 and 216. I think I'd be willing to add another 50 shares at 215. Otherwise, I would be looking for a severe move back down to these levels, and at least to the point to where we could get out 25 shares at break even. Can we get out 213 at 213.44? That would be clutch. Come on. There we go. There we go. Might even take half out here. I'm going to take half off there. So basically what I'm going to give a chance for here, this could be just be a big fat trend line rejection. And if it is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 212.44 as a point to get out. So I'll make 25 bucks. It'll basically make that back plus pay for the trade plus, give me a few bucks. And I'm not really expecting it to come all the way back to VWAP. I mean, if it does, that'd be great. But if it doesn't, what I'd be looking for is a buy up to these levels here, maybe even previous day close. And I would start adding in, massively up here to, for the next pullback. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. You can see it's definitely following JD. It's definitely following the SPY. So Boeing is continuously, just trucking on up. Facebook, just trucking on up. Almost think that this would be, with the condition of the SPY right now, I almost feel like this would be a good place to get in. Facebook, maybe 50 shares. See if we can get in here. Okay, so I'm in 50 shares on Facebook. And I would be looking to get out those 50 shares at 235. 21 I think would be a good move. SPY's pulling pretty hard. See how far down this goes. We'll say 25 shares at 235.21. No, we'll keep it at 235.21 and then 234.71. We'll buy the other 25 shares up there. Facebook is strong. Even though SPY is losing it, Facebook is strong. So need to be mindful of that, but it is sitting at all-time highs. And if SPY looks like it's going to get a significant pullback today, it's possible that Facebook will, follow suit with that. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. All right, I'm taking half there on Facebook. We're going to let the other half ride out. BABA, looks like we're going to get that fill on BABA. SPY's continuing to drop. Let's see if we can get the break. A VWAP here on Facebook. Looks like BABA's going to get me out. We might even get, let's see, 212.44. We may even get down to 212.04. Let's look at that. On those 25 shares. Let's see if we can do that. See if we can get a break of VWAP and a touchdown there. And let's look at Facebook again. Man, Facebook just having a really hard time smashing through that VWAP. But I'll tell you what, if it goes, it's going to go. And we got 234.71. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance. Give it a chance to work itself out. See if we can break down through that VWAP. If we can't, I'll consider getting out. SPY's getting a buyback. Come on. Let's get a flush. There we go. There we go. There we go. Broke VWAP. Cleared the 20-day moving average. Come on. You got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Where are we at? Oh. Sitting right on that moving average there. I'm going to give this a chance. I'm really going to give it a chance. Really going to give it a chance. Because this looks like it's forming one of these right now. Right? And I think that if SPY continues to roll over and remain weak, I think we're going to get a good solid move down to those levels. And same thing on BABA. BABA, all this could be is a fake out trend line breakout, which is why I held on to some of those shares. So let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. This could be very, very critical move right here. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can get that move down and get out all of our shares on BABA. 212.04 is where we want to get. So we got to get down here. See if we can do it. So far, so good on Facebook. We're about to get out. We're about to get out. Come on. Come on, Facebook. Here, we will... Okay, we're going to go ahead and get out half there on Facebook. We got 13 shares left on Facebook, so we'll put it down at, I don't know, 134.10 or something. SPY's continuing to get the drop. There's no reason for me to come out right now. And if SPY's going to continue to get the drop, BABA could continue to get a significant drop. And so again, there's not going to be any reason for me to come out. I'm going to ride these, but all of these down as much as I possibly can here. So Baba, I will consider at the break of 212, I will consider coming out half. I'll throw it on the bid. So I'll add liquidity. There we go. Come on. Can we get the break of 212? We'll take it down in the 211.90s, maybe 211.80s even. There we go. And I've got it at 211.97. Okay, pause there. So we're going to take it again in the 80s. There we go, 280 or 211.86. We going to get it? We should get it. Should get the flush down there. Come on. Okay. Anytime there's a pause, I pull it back further because it means that if it goes through at that time, then it's probably going to go even further the next time. So we'll put 70, we'll do 74 on 10 shares. 211.74 on 10 shares. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to get it. It could find support here and end up bouncing up, especially since the SPY looks like it's about to bounce up. But, you know, I think in this case, because of this rejection here and it's broken VWAP, now obviously we want to see it maintain below VWAP, but I think because of that, I would be more inclined to try to see if we can get a move down here. So I'll take 10 at 211. Where do we get? 87. And we got more support at 83. Take it at 211.84. See if we can get that. 211.84. Can we get? Oh, man, I'll tell you what. There's a fight. There's a fight here. There's a fight here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Ah, what a fight. What a fight. Let's look back here. Okay. To be safe, I'm now going to take it at 211.94. So 211.94. See if we can get a retest. Since there's such strong support there. Oh, come on. How busted was that, guys? Come on. Okay, finally. Finally, we got it. Okay, so we got 15 left on Baba, and I'm going to look for a move down here to, you know, it's breaking through all this right now. SPY's continuing to move. So we'll consider taking another half off at 2. We'll take the other 15 shares at 211.44. That'll mean I got a whole $2 moves on those 15 shares. That's a whole $30. And I think that'll be a safe spot to take it. I think that'll be a safe spot. Can we get it? And I say safe spot because, you know, we still see that Baba is sitting on top of this 9 EMA on the daily. Now, it could totally crush that today. I mean, we don't know. Check back in with Facebook. Okay, so Facebook did come down to these levels. I think this is a great place to take Facebook, actually. We've done really well on Facebook, so there's honestly no reason not to take it because this could be forming this could be bouncing off of a trend line here. So We're going to take Facebook right there. So Facebook was a really nice trade for 42.90. Probably could have made, obviously could have made over 50 bucks on it, but Sauger. Oh, I see. You just called RCL Sauger. I'll check up on that in a second. Let's look at Baba one more time. So Baba's getting a nice little buy up, temporary buy up. It's not necessarily anything that's going to be of any significance. I may actually add to my position here at 212. Yeah, 212.01. Well, okay. I retract it. So 211.44 is where I'm going to pick up Baba. If we can make it down there. Could be finding support. So if it does, come out. Boeing, nice little pullback. Facebook still kind of looking like a pullback. AZN, not feeling it. I'm taking it off the watch list. TTWO finally getting the drop. Look at that. Beautiful drop on TTWO. So this one actually may continue to see some downside momentum today. Now, it could be playing off the SPY. A lot of things I think right now are probably playing off the SPY. mRNA is finding support right here on this trend line. Now, this could be the break of the trend line. Looks like it very well could be. And you know, what's interesting is we've got a critical level of support here too, but we're basically at the $67 mark. You know, we're sitting on the 9 EMA. This could be a good move down. We break this trend line, we break this support, this daily level, the 9 EMA on the daily. This could be significant. So that's definitely something to look at for sure. Look at that move. Now, I would probably be inclined at this point to wait for some sort of a pullback. Although, I think 25 shares. I mean, just maybe even 50 shares on this. 67, 21. I want to see a confirmed break below this trend line. SPY's pulling back pretty significantly, by the way. And I think Baba could come back up to the 212.75 levels. That'd be fine. I would, I'd consider getting in another 15 shares. So I might even do another 25. What's my average? 213.44. So see if we can get a move up. There we go. It's a nice pullback. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get in. So I got 40 shares now at a 212.65 average. So, and if it comes over, I'll consider getting out. Or I may just ride it up here and get in for another. I mean, if SPY continues to be weak, if JD is weak, I may look for a breakdown at these levels here. There we go. We'll see what this does. We'll let it play out for a little bit here. TTWO. Everything's kind of getting a little bit of a pullback right now, so that's fine. mRNA just still getting crushed. Definitely had a confirmed close below that level there, and we may get a bounce at 65.30. Temporary bounce there. I do want to know if Bob gets above 212.40 on the ask. Yeah. Oops. Okay, add, and then I want to know if it hits 211.50 on the bid. So. mRNA is kind of at the point where let me just look at this for a minute. I tell you what, man, mRNA is getting crushed. Man, mRNA is getting crushed. I just don't want to chase it. Be completely irresponsible to chase it. I mean, I think it's coming down. Like I said, it broke through the 9 EMA. It broke that daily level. It broke through that trend line all at the same time. I mean, this is a very good case for the Bears right now. Okay. Baba all of a sudden grown a conscience of its own. Well, it's kind of following the SPY. JD's coming up. So, but it's still in a downwards trend. So I would be fine with adding back to my position. So what I'm going to do is, let me just see here. Yeah, it's a steady grind, that's for sure. So 212.25. If we bought 40 there. Unless we can see some kind of significant turnaround here. There we go. That's pretty significant. But we have to maintain that. We have to maintain that. Come on. Man, JD got a nice rejection off that EMA. Okay, guys, this could be good. This could be the move we were looking for. You know, I want to be patient with it. I want to be patient with it, guys, but if I got to come out break even, I got to come out break even. So I'm going to go ahead and set a stop. This was very significant here. So I think if it can make it up to 212.60, we just need to stop out. So stop. Yeah. Let's look at the 5 minute. Even 212.59. Stop buy. I hate to do it like that, guys. I mean, because this is one of those stocks where it could totally, come up and fake you out and then end up rolling over. And, um, you know, it's kind of story of my life. It's kind of one of those things. It comes up, stops you out, and then ends up rolling over and getting crushed all the way to the downside. Loses $5, on the day, and you're stuck here just like, man, why wasn't I a little more patient, or why didn't I set my stop a little further back? But at this point, I've made money on the day, and it's just not worth it to mess with that. And coming here and trying averaging in strategy this late in the day, on a stock like this that's being kind of thinly traded. And I mean, I guess worst case scenario, well, we may not even get a chance to, I may not even get a chance to finish that thought. I was going to say worst case scenario is I could, set my stop for something that I'm comfortable with losing. I mean, I'm up 186 on the day, taking very few trades today. I'm probably up 160 after fees and commissions. So maybe I could say to myself, well, I'd be willing to risk, $10. Well, so I could let it move against me up to 213. But I don't know. This has had a double VWAP fake out rejection, whatever you want to call it. So it's not making a very strong case for the bulls right now. So if this breaks to 1150, we'll probably make a good $80 on this. Where are we at? 212.65. So I think I could let it go to 210.65. Unless it stops me out here, of course. But if JD stays weak, SPY stays weak, those are all going to be really good telling signs. XTNT is done, guys. I'm removing it from the watch list. Let's see how CLSK ended up doing. It's lost. SONM. Yeah, so there you have it. Oh, come on, Baba. I almost want to add to my position right here, just because there's a massive sell-off every time it gets to that level. Probably just going to be some temporary short squeeze if it does poke up through it. XTNT, is that even a chart? Yeah, not really. Not really, Sagar. Man, how bad did that look, XTNT? Look at this. I mean, it's like fun. This was what PHUN looked like yesterday. That's what PHUN looked like. So... all right, this is a double VWAP rejection. You should be coming down, Baba. The only reason, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the only reason Baba's not going to come down is because it knows that I'm trading it. Matt's trading me. We got to at least go up and get him out, and then we can tank. We'll come all the way up, we'll just snatch his order, and then we'll drop. That's how it feels sometimes, right? Like there's somebody on the other side of this thing just pushing buttons, just waiting for you to get in, and then they're like, aha, let's get them. RCL. Yeah, nice run up on RCL. Sorry it took me so long to check it out, Sagar. Nice point. Nice double top there. kind of. We got a nice. It's good. It's good. It's really good. Okay, so Spy's making a turnaround. Bob is probably. I mean, I'd be extremely surprised if Baba didn't make a comeback at this point. I'm even going to move this down to 212. Let's see, it came up to 53 twice. So if it breaks through 53, we'll just say we'll stop at 212.56. Come on, JD. Because I imagine it'll pretty much be a short squeeze after that. Come on, Baba. Crush it. Crush it. You can do it. There it is. Come on, crush it. Crush it. I'm gonna make at least $50 on this trade. I got to make it at this point. You know, we've put in too much time. We've put in too much time on Baba. Come on. Now one telltale sign, excuse me, is if JD reclaims that 20 on the 1 minute. There's a lot of selling going on here though. We need to break 211.80 and then 211.50. Well, 56 technically, but come on. Come on. Just do it. Break 90, break 80, break 56. We're going to be home, sweet home. This is making me want to move my stop down even more. If it comes all the way back up, let's see. JD, no, JD's following the pattern. I don't see how Baba could not follow the pattern at this point. So I'm going to bring it down to 212.50, 51. Move my stop down. Stop at 212.51. Yep. Okay, we double tapped on that 80. Let's bring it down to 56. Come on. You can do it. You are a winner. TTWO. TTWO. Does look like a VWAP rejection here. I'm about ready to call it. I think we could get another. I think we get another good solid move on this. Down to 143.44. Bob is it. There we go. That's incredible, though. Now, I guess I'm not going to trade TTW. I think it'll come back. I think I can make $40 on this right now if I wanted to. But with what's going on with Baba, all right. So we'll come out half at 211. we'll come out 20 at 211 25. Let's see, where did it get to? 36. Yeah, so we'll come out at 2. We'll come out 20 at 211 25. Although it might be finding support. Here's the thing: if it comes up past 212.35, I'm gonna want to get out. So 212 36 40 stop. Moving my stop down. And gosh, I mean, it's gonna break my heart if it gets me out there, but you know, I'm not taking any chances. mRNA finding support. I think it's temporary support. BABA. You gotta be kidding me. Man, what a chop fest on BABA. This is really gonna get me out. Hopefully not. SPY's still showing weakness. JD. Okay, JD still got that rejection. Good job. So JD should still be continuing to come down. I think BABA would end up doing the same thing. Although I am seriously thinking about taking it now. That first 20 at 211.55. Let's just see. See what kind of move we can get there. Yeah, I think I would take it. I think I'd take the first 20 at 211.55. So, oh, but the SPY is getting crushed right now. Let's look at JD. JD's getting crushed. I don't know, guys. Here, 211.45. I'll take it there. I think that's safe. I think we can get enough of a drop to get it there. There we go. Yeesh. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we got the first 20. 212.18 is what we're looking at on the last 20. So I guess I could put my stop there at 212.09. So we'll say stop. We'll just say stop at 212.01. If this jumps all the way back up to 212.01, we need to get out. Stop by. Otherwise, it'd be very interesting to see how far we could get on these last 20 shares at 212.18. So mRNA, let's check back in on that one. So, mRNA is not making any kind of significant reversal. Where are we sitting? I mean, we are sitting on, there's a lot of consolidation here. This could be a good case for a reversal. As a matter of fact, it's a low risk reversal. Let's see, 165.34, 165.31. So I'd be willing to take 25 shares, I think. And just get out at the break of 165.20, maybe, something like that. The risk to reward would be pretty incredible on this. Could probably make 50 bucks on this move, but it's moving a little too much against me. I'd like to pick it up. Ideally, I'd be able to pick it up at 60. We'll even say 70. No, we'll even say 60. So 65.60. See if we can get this. Let me double check. Yeah. Really tight stop. I'll have a really tight stop on this. Okay, so 65.60, I'll pick it up. And I will have a stop to sell at 65. $24. So it's a very low risk trade. Okay, it doesn't look like we're gonna. I'm watching a couple things here. I would like to see a break. Okay, that's good. That's the first time we got a break over the 20 EMA, and then we get a pullback and then a crossover. So okay, we'll go back at 65.60. We'll try that again. Looks like it's gonna run away. So this is where I like to take reversals. I like the 1 minute, the moving average crossover, but I want to get it on a pullback, and I want it to see, to maintain strength, integrity, and the strength of the reversal. So let's just see what it does, and let's see what it's doing. Okay, this is the first time it's reclaimed the 9 EMA on the 2 minute as well. So we may not get that pullback that I'm looking for, but that's okay. And then the 5 minute, of course, we would want to see it reclaim that, and then get continuation maybe up to VWAP. On 25 shares, this would have been a good at least $40 to $50 move. I was only risking about, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks to do it on 25 shares. So it was pretty good risk to reward. Looks like we're getting a lot of reversal potentials right now. But I've got my stop there at 212. Where was it? 212. I might actually want to move that up to 211. Yeah, 211.91. So we got 20 shares. We're going to stop out at. So just gradually lowering my stop, guys, to 11.91, because I think if it breaks over that moving average, maybe even to 11.81, we'll stop by on that. We really want to see continuation from this point. As long as it's respecting that EMA, otherwise it's going to be, kind of like mRNA where it gets that. So here it is. Okay, so we got the crossover. I'd love to see a pullback down to 66.06. But then if it loses those moving averages and breaks through 65.50, I would come out with basically a 12, 13, 14, maybe $15 loss with slippage. So Sagar says up 39, net down 12, would have been positive, but one trade was whipped. Nonetheless, green on trades. Good job, Sagar. Good job. So what all did you end up trading today, Sagar? And did you by any chance, do you by any chance have have a video of it that you're going to be posting. Okay. Let's see. SNCA. Oh, you did get in on SNCA. Okay. Cool. Man, wow, look at that. SNCA is getting the buy up now. I don't think I would FOMO into it though. Let's see. There's a very significant level right here, roughly at 228, and really between 228 and 244. There's a lot of room for this stock to go. I might even just jump in with 100 shares here and then just see. I mean, it looks like it's a chop fest though. That's the only thing about it. Looks like a massive chop fest. Good Lord. A lot of volumes coming in though, guys. We'll post one today. You have 3 videos on the channel for the recaps. Okay. Give me the channel name one more time. I know you gave it the other day, but I couldn't remember. It was a very it was a really cool name. But I forget what it was called. Entry was 167, but it's snippy. Yeah. Yeah, this looks like it is. It looks like this is one that would be good to wait for a bit of a pullback on. Kinetic trades. That's right. Kinetic trades. That's beautiful, man. I love that. I love that. I was trying to think of it the other day. I was like, man, what? For some reason, I thought it started with like a D or an I or something like that. But, yeah, I'll check it out. Check it out, Sagar. I was never able to go back to it the other day officially. I mean, I was looking for it momentarily, but I didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of searching just because I was buried in work pretty much. But I'll be sure to look at that today. Kinetic trades. Let's go back on Baba. So I would like to get 20 at... Man, it's whippy. I'll tell you what, this is a difficult stock to trade. mRNA is doing really well though. It's breaking up through there, through the 9 EMA. Man, I should have just taken it. I am not always good about taking trades. I'm good about calling them, but I'm not always good about taking them. So little lacking as a trader in that department, but we did, on a bright note, did get some pretty darn good trades in today, so I'm happy about that. We're going to lower the stop now on these 20 shares to 211.61 buy stop. Vision of the channel is to wait for the kinetic energy, which is volume, to come in and watch leaves to confirm that the mass is there, and watch to confirm that the mass is there. Yeah, I think I got that. Oh, watch level 2. Okay. All right. Yeah. So basically wait for the volume to come in and watch level 2. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I think that's a great concept. It's a really nice theme. And I think, I mean, I really do. I think that is a very, very solid way of approaching trading. I've often told you guys, we don't, even more so than these moving averages and stuff. I mean, if we just watch volume, even more than VWAP, volume and chart patterns, like just looking at the pattern and knowing where areas of support and resistance lies, and these trend lines. I mean, you really can't get any better indicator than that, in my opinion. In my opinion, and obviously, you can tell by, and really even more so than volume. To me, like volume and level two and VWAP, all that is secondary. Um, well, to a degree, I say that, but now I'm thinking. I mean, obviously, level two can be very telling, and volume can obviously be very telling. But I still, if I put it in level of importance, I would say support, resistance, levels, just levels in general. You got the previous close marked out here. So it's good to know where the previous day close is. It's good to know where support levels are, resistance levels are, daily levels acting as support or resistance. Like that to me is number one. That is the number one thing I'm looking for in all of these trades that I take. And then, and then trend lines, of course. I guess I could throw that in the mix, but even trend lines to me would be secondary to that. To that. Now, obviously, though, we'll say so levels, support, resistance levels, whatever, trend lines. But then everything after that, secondary would definitely be, volume, VWAP, level two. And then after that, what do you call it? It's not secondary. It would be like whatever's in third in line after that would be these technical indicators, the EMAs, and the particularly we'll say the 9 and the 20 on the intraday, um, and then if you want to check other things like RSI and you know MACD, Bollinger Bands, pull out your Fibonacci retracement tools and stuff. Which Fibonacci retracement tools, I mean, if you know how to use that stuff properly, I mean, because it basically is looking at levels, but it's just, in my opinion, it's not quite as telling, if that makes sense. Um, Baba, by the way, I'm thinking about taking half off here. See if we can get a feed there at 210.02. There we go. So we got half out on Baba, and we're holding on to the other 10, and we'll see what it does. Um, I will say this though, and I think I've said this before. If I was going to choose one indicator, like out of all those other indicators, again, talking about like the Bollinger Bands and the moving average convergence divergence indicator and all that stuff, um, and even exponential moving averages in general, RSI, RSI. If you can learn how to read RSI, the relative strength index, and when I say learn how to read it, because it's more than just pulling up the RSI. Like you're going to want to look at it on multiple time frames. You're going to want to look at it on the daily. You'll want to look at it, maybe even on the hourly, or at least the 15-30 minute, and then of course you'll want to really, I wouldn't go any lower than that, but I still do sometimes, just because if I can't get a really clear analysis between the daily and like the 15-minute or hourly, I might look at the 5 minute, and just kind of get a quick assessment on the smaller time frames. But RSI, that can be very, very telling, but you want it to be in the extreme, at the extreme levels on the RSI. You don't want to just take something that's like maybe nearing the 70s or something like that. Like you really want things to be up more in the 80s. Now, I would say, if it's like on the hourly chart, like say on the daily chart, it's showing, you know, say it's on the, or excuse me, say on the daily charts it's showing like that it's in the 70s, but on the hourly chart it's showing that it's like up almost in the 90s, like way overbought, way freaking overbought. Um, for day traders, I would say that that is a good enough key indicator there that it's about to turn around and you're about to at least get a decent short. You could at least at that point start averaging into your shorts. Um, you know, but anyway, that's, I don't know. That's kind of a whole nother thing. I may think about doing a lesson on RSI at some point, because I'm telling you, you get a good read of RSI, you can do some damage in the stock market. So that's probably the only extra indicator that I would ever really consider adding to my charts. And I think like I said, I think we've talked about that before. Um, I would really love to see if Baba could get a breakdown to these levels here, crack through that 9 EMA. Let's take a look at Boeing. Let's check back in with Tesla too. Yeah, Tesla. So Tesla's finally getting the breakdown. So kudos to anybody who shorted that. And I know Work Diver was talking about it. Work Diver, I don't know if you ended up shorting it, but it seems like the markets as a whole, and this is why I said, like, I was keeping a very strong eye on SPY today because it keeps knocking on the door to this level. But it's moving back. It's moving back, and I think we could get a move all the way back down to that trend line. But we'll see. We'll see. Nvidia's been a great move to the short side. Let's see. Man, Zoom, look at that. But really, guys, I mean, this is all, in my opinion, this is all just a show of support for the SPY, for lack of a better term. I'm actually very close to averaging back in with, I mean, I would love to wait for a pullback, but what I'll do is I will pretty much just begin lowering my stops. So let's see. So we have faithfully respected this EMA. So I think if we get over 211, I'm going to want to get out. And that'll basically pay for all the trading that I did on Baba. So everything else will be pure profit on that. What's up, Orlando? Good to meet you. Glad you're in the chat today. Glad you decided to join us. So 211 will be my stop. Hold on one second and I will get to your question. Stop by at 211. Okay. All right. Orlando. Okay, so with about 8K, what broker? Well, okay, so first of all, with 8K, I'm sure you've already heard. I don't want to assume, but I would imagine that if you're getting to that place of where you're actually ready to start trading, I would imagine that you've been involved with day trading long enough to get educated, and you probably have heard about the pattern day trader rule, which says that basically in any U.S. regulated broker, you're going to need the at least $25,000 so that you can bypass the pattern day trader rule. So what one recommend. So okay, so Sagar's chiming in here. So Sagar, I don't know anything about TradeStation actually. So where is TradeStation? Like, in U.S. people based out of the U.S. trade in TradeStation, and how is it? I mean, is that what? That's not. I don't think that's what you use, Sagar. I think you use Lightspeed too, don't you? It's a U.S. broker. Okay. Direct access broker with no fees. That to me is always a a call for concern though. Like these platforms that have come out talking about no fees. Like I've heard people having some difficult times getting fills on those trading platforms that are now offering no fees. I mean, have you done a little bit of research on that though? Are they pretty good? You're gonna give them a call? Okay. Just be careful, man. I would even see what some of the other more notable day traders out there are saying about it. Definitely do your homework on that. I've even heard with TD Ameritrade, for example, I've heard that people are having some issues getting fills, late fills. Um, I've heard that about E-Trade. I heard E-Trade has cost a lot of people a lot of money, day traders anyway, just trying to, because I don't know, man. I mean, here's the thing. In my opinion, you get what you pay for. It's the cost of doing business. You hear they're good. Um, TD is bad. Yeah. Well, here's what I would say, Orlando. If you're still with us, I mean, Sagar makes a good point. Obviously, TradeStation might be something that you would want to check out. But now, can you bypass the pattern day trader rule, Sagar, with that, or were you just kind of recommending that for me? Because most U.S. regulated brokers, you've got to have the 25K. I think I was pretty sure that was just a rule all across the board. Um, no, you do not have to have 25K. You can bypass. Oh, you can't bypass. Got it. Okay, so all right. So Orlando, here's the thing. If you're looking to get in to day trading and you've got 8K, um, there's a great broker out there called Capital Markets Elite Group. Okay, and you'll hear people talk about CMEG, and anytime you hear day traders say CMEG, that's the acronym Capital Markets Elite Group, and they are based out of Trinidad and Tobago, and I have actually used them before. Now the process to get in there, I mean, it's going to take you, it's probably going to take you a week or two to get approved and get your account up and running. But they offer two different trading platforms. They offer the Sterling Trader platform, and they also offer the Dash Trader Pro platform. Now, I think both platforms are great. I would probably, the last time I was with them, I did use the Dash Trader Pro platform. It really is a great platform. And if you're used to watching, some of the day trading channels out there, like Bear Bull Traders, for example, all those guys use Dash Trader. So if you're used to looking at their charts, or some of the other day traders you might follow that use Dash Trader Pro, here's the thing. In my opinion, I would go with whatever I'm used to and whatever I'm used to watching. When and I imagine maybe you've taken some day trading courses even too, but if you're, on the other hand, if you're used to watching people use, the light speeds and stuff like that, like if you watch Ross Cameron, or if you watch Clay Trader, or if you track with what are some other guys, I mean, just anybody who's using the light speed platform, in my opinion, if I went with Capital Markets Elite Group, I would probably get their Sterling Trader platform, because Sterling Trader looks very similar to Lightspeed, operates very much the same way. And so anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents. Now, with that being said, with Capital Markets Elite Group, they actually give you 6-to-1 buying power with anything over $3,500. So if you're getting in there with $8,000, then they're going to give you, essentially, you'll end up going in with roughly $24,000 buying power. Now, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, and mind you, I always feel like I need to say this, that I am not a professional financial advisor, so anything that I say here from this point on is literally just my opinion. And trading is very high risk. You should trade at your own risk, and So anything I share from this point on, and really anything I've been sharing on this, I mean, I've kind of got the disclaimer up on the live stream period. It's just written all over my channel. So I just want to make that very clear that this is only my opinion. But a couple things. I personally would never get into day trading if I had not yet taken some kind of course on it, if I had not yet at least gotten educated, even if you don't buy into a course, you know, just to at least get educated on it. At least get educated on it. I also would never start day trading unless I had spent several months in a trading simulator. TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform is a great place to get a free simulator. Warrior Trading, as a matter of fact, that's another one that we often reference. Warrior Trading has a phenomenal simulator, and it actually is the Sterling Trader platform. It's a mimic of the Sterling Trader platform, and it's phenomenal. And I actually have a subscription to it right now. It's only, I don't know, like $100 a month or something like that for a subscription. So, and by the way, I'm going to move this down to 1081. So stop, buy back those 10 shares there. I would spend at least, if it were me, I would spend at least 3 or 4 months. Really, I don't even want to put a time on it, because it's really until you develop a good strategy. Some people could develop a pretty good strategy in a couple months, and something that they would be confident enough to take with them into a live broker. Others, other people, they may take 4 to 6 months to develop a really good strategy. But two things are key: knowledge, education, research, whatever you want to call it, just, educating yourself, practicing. That is the second key. Practice, 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 and simulation. That's what I would do. Then I would fund a broker account. And me personally, if I had $8,000, I personally would not fund right out the gates. I would not fund it with the entire $8,000. I would probably fund it with $4,000, because it's very possible you're going to blow your account. All the successful day traders have blown an account at least once. I don't know one day trader that hasn't. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure there's some kind of rare breed of person out there, some anomaly, some guy who just so happened to get into day trading and was able to, never blow an account. Okay, I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. But if I had $8,000, I would fund that Capital Markets Elite Group with $4,000. You're still getting 6-to-1 buying power, which, by the way, just to make another point, so you would get, if it's 6-to-1 with 4,000, I was off on my math. No, you would have 24,000 of buying power with $4,000. But I have a rule for myself where I do not trade with all of my buying power. I think it's irresponsible. I think you can get into a lot of trouble. I'm not going to say I've never done it. I think we've all broken our rules, a few times here and there when trading. Okay, so. But if it were me, like I said, I would fund the account with $4,000, and I would try to keep my trades. I would try to never use more than, maybe we'll say 12,000 of that $24,000. Maybe more. Maybe I would not use any more than 16,000 in buying power, at least. But that's a lot, and you can do a lot of damage with that. You can, look at this. On Baba, I think at one point the most I had was 40 shares. What is that? What is that? Did I have what? I had 40 shares, maybe let's just say 50 shares at one point, times 200, and we'll even say $213. That was 10,000 in buying power. Okay. And I have managed to make, when this trade ends, I mean, I will have made anywhere from $75 because where I've got my stop right now, it'll probably stop. I'll probably still make $75. But if it keeps going down, I mean, I may even make $100 on that with only using $10,000 in buying power. So that's something that you want to think about. Appreciate you, Sagar, man. Good seeing you, man. And yeah, looking forward to catching you tomorrow. Take care, Sagar. And thank you, as always. Come back later. Look for the recap. Okay, and I'll try to check out your recap as well. I should be able to do that today. Kinetic trades. But just to finish my thought process, Orlando, like I would fund it with $4,000, and I would, if I say it went down to 2,000, say I was just losing money, it went down to 2,000, I would reload another 2,000 on top of that and restart with the $4,000 because sometimes it helps you, it gives you a fresh perspective. It gets your mind right again. It's like, okay, I get to start over. We're back here at 4,000. We've got 6 times buying power, and then if you lose that again and it whittles down to 2,000, then you can load it again. So you're giving yourself multiple opportunities here. You're giving yourself 3 times to step into the market fresh with $4,000. That's what I would do. You don't know how good that feels and how much that can help a trader, especially when you've lost $2,000 to be able to say, well, dang, I still got $4,000 in the bank. Let me just throw another 2,000 on it. Let's refund it. Let's start fresh. You're giving yourself a fresh start. And really, you could even do it like you could even say you lose 1,000. Say you've got 4,000 in your CMEG broker and you've got 4,000 on the side just to keep refunding it. And say you go down to 3,000 in your CMEG broker, so you've lost $1,000. Well, throw 1,000 back in. You're back to 4,000. And you do it again. Well, throw another 1,000 back in. You're back in with 4,000. You still got 2,000 left in the bank account. So you're basically giving yourself 4 times of refunding that account and getting that fresh start. And it's so critical, and it really can help you gain your bearings. Now, what I would say is, if it were me, and if I had to refund, say I put the 4,000 in, I got 4,000 in the bank, and every time it goes down to 3,000 in my trading account, every time I lose 1,000, I refund, I dip back into that 4,000 in the bank, pull out another 1,000 from that to put back on my account. Well, if I lost that $1,000 twice, and I had to refund my account twice, before trading again, I would go back into simulation for a month. I would just go back into simulation for a month. I would get myself confident again. I'd relearn my strategy, and then I would come back in, and here you go. You can start again. You can start fresh again. And then, you lose $1,000, you still got another 1,000 to put in there. You've got to give yourself multiple chances to do well with this. The more chances you give yourself for success, the more possible it's going to be that you will find success. So I don't know, man. That's my 2 cents, and I know I've said a mouthful here, and I'm not you asked my opinion, so and I see that you commented in there. Great info. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. One of the number one reason I started this channel, or one of the number one reasons I started this channel, we'll say, was because I wanted to be a voice of reason in this space, and I wanted to help people. I wanted to just help be a good influence to those who are really seriously trying to start this thing out here as a day trader, and they really want to achieve success. And I think, we get to watching these other channels out there, and we just see. We see so many people that look like they're so successful, and it really makes us, it really is almost, it's almost like it's a tall order for us to fill, and we feel inadequate. When we come into the market and we're only making a couple $100 and we see our favorite day trader out there making thousands of dollars every day, I don't know, it makes it, it puts pressure on us. Like, we've got a lot to live up to here. And I think that's how a lot of day traders end up blowing their accounts, because they get in, they start swinging for the fences. They think they're going to get rich quick. And, you know, it becomes ridiculous at that point. And so, and I'm out. So we ended up making $74 on Baba there on with $10,000 of buying power. So anyway, Sagar says, yes, I always watch the recap. Your recaps always has good points and a learning experience. Orlando, start by watching all of his recaps and start by coming here and joining us live regularly. Yeah, I would say the same thing. So that'd be a good start. Would help you get comfortable with vocabulary in the game. To be honest, if you use match strategy, you can even start with 1,000 and have buying power of 4,000 with CMEG. Exactly. That's very true. I've got a really good video out there, by the way, Orlando, with an account building strategy. I'm actually going to post the link for you here in the box in the chat. If you're still here, I don't know. Maybe I was babbling my mouth too much and ran you off. But let's let me go in here and see if I can find this video. I really think you'll enjoy this one. This is one of my most watched episodes of what's called The Trader's Mind. So these are videos that I do that are on trader psychology, and trader psychology really is a huge part of trading. It really is. And let's see. So here we go. Let me get the... All right. So if you're still in here, Orlando, go to this video right here. Go to this video right here. Okay, so you're still with me. So this goes through, this video is titled The Trader's Mind, a complete and comprehensive account building plan for beginner traders. This is account building psychology 101. Let's see here. And the description is this. I'll read you the description. In today's episode, I will be breaking down the mentality that goes along with building a small day trading account. I will be discussing the difference between account building for the wealthier and more seasoned day trader versus the newer beginner trader. This video is meant to help map out a basic small account building template while providing realistic expectations for those who are seeking to start a career in day trading. Please understand that success is never promised, and trading stocks is considered very high risk. But with the right frame of mind, the chances of success with day trading are much greater. Okay, and that's why I did I put together this episode series called The Trader's Mind, because anybody who's been following this channel long enough has heard me say over and over and over again, trading really is probably about 80% psychology. It really is. It's like 20% knowledge and education. And, and like we talked about, the practicing in a simulator, getting educated, that's a huge part of it. That's a huge 20%. Okay. There's a lot involved there. But the whole other 80%, when you actually start putting your money on the line, is going to be trader psychology. And we basically sum that up to being mental discipline and emotional control. Okay. There's a lot that goes with that. So anyway, just a little food for thought. Check out that video, and yeah, hopefully that'll be a great encouragement to you as you start moving forward with your own day trading career. So, all right, Sagar, great to see you, man. See you tomorrow. I'm actually about to head out here too. I think this was a pretty good day overall, guys. I really would have loved to see those shares run more on Baba. I was really hoping to finally break over the 300 mark today, and there may be opportunities to do so later on. Facebook looks like it's coming up here to this, it's going to get a retest on this, and SPY has made a really good move, actually. I may actually take a little bit of a risk right here, guys, just to see if we could get back over It would be interesting to see if we could get back over that. See if we can get a test of that trend line. Okay, so I'm going to get short here. This will be the last trade I take. I think we can get a retest. I really do. I don't know how much of a retest. Let's see, 134.20. But we've had a good buy up. SPY's had a good buy up. So this might come all the way back up, and so I'll be ready to take a little bit of a loss if I have to. But so you're welcome, Orlando. No problem. So we got in at 234.43. It would be interesting to see if we could come down. $233.93. Could we get down there? I think we could get down there. I would almost want to see a good long rejection off of that, but it really depends on what SPY ends up doing. I mean, we've had a really good run up here, but we'll see. SPY's still showing weakness. 233.93. I think we could get there. I think we could get there. I think we could even get down to 233.70, but I'll leave it there at 233.93. That should put us up, you know, a good bit. And if it ends up turning around on me, then, you know, obviously I'll just get out. Take a little bit of a loss. I guess the break of VWAP would be kind of my point of getting out. Let's see what the SPY is doing here. SPY looks like it wants to break. There we go. There's a nice little move there. See if we can get continuation. There we go. Now we might find support here, so I'm going to come out half just in case we find support. And let's see what the other 25 shares ends up doing. Put it down to 75. See if we can get the breakdown through there. Nah, come on. Maybe 83. No, I think if it cracks through, well, I'll take it at 83. Why not? Why not? It's going to push us up just a little bit. Here we go. This should be it. I do not know why this would not be it. Unless SPY turns around here. And if SPY turns around, then I'll just get out. Ah. SPY's making a turnaround. Come on. Come on, Facebook. Facebook's finding a little support there. I'm going to take it at 73. It's looking like from on the 2-minute chart we could get down there. There we go. Come on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on. You can do it. Man, I'll tell you what, Facebook is stubborn, guys. Facebook is stubborn. It's holding it. It's holding it. SPY's coming back up. Momentarily getting the drop. Boy, we could get these shares down to 63 actually. But I'll leave it at 73. 73 is the marker. Come on. All right, got to get out. So that trade basically paid for itself, and we probably made a few bucks. Just so close, guys. So close to that $300 mark. That's kind of been part of my goal today. mRNA came up to retest that trend line. Now it's getting a rejection. If it gets a breakout, that'll be interesting. Oh, look at Baba. Ended up getting me out and then getting crushed back down. Tesla making a nice little move back up. Somewhat. Man, I want to kind of get back in on Facebook. I think if I got in here, if it fails, I think we can get a nice. And I think we could maybe push up almost to 300 on this. If it fails that trend line again. Let's see. See if we can get up into the 40s. Let's see what SPY does. See what SPY is doing here. Guys, I tell you what. Wow. It looks like it's going to get the drop. Looks like it's going to get a rejection off that trend line and get the drop. I'm watching SPY in the other window here. You know what? I'll come back later in the day. I'll give it another shot. You know, I'll take a trade, risk maybe 20 to make 40 or something like that. So you guys may come back later. You may check out my recap video later, and you might see that I'm down to 230 something or 240 something. This is going to be a $200 day. So this is, you know, let's see. TWLO is just zooming up on the 5-minute chart. If there's a retracement with SPY, could be a good short. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you're right. See, TWL loves to do this. Man, it's like it's his favorite thing to do. First, I got to check to see if there's any previous areas of resistance around here. Kind of. But it just reclaimed VWAP. I mean, I don't know. The only thing is there's not a lot of volume being traded on it right now. So it has seen a $4 move. I mean, we've moved all the way up to 192, but I mean, TWLO could come all the way up here and double top. if TWLO came all the way up here, I would consider it. I'd consider it. But this is this is very light volume. This is very concerning to me. Short it all. Very light volume. Which means that people could just push, 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 push. I mean, we would be making all-time highs. It would essentially, this could essentially start a breakout today. So it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, you might be right. This. Don't get me wrong. Like you probably are right. It probably is going to run up at some point and turn around. I think there's more of an opportunity of it doing that than breaking out today. But for me, I just don't. I don't know where that could be at this point. And I'm very, very. It's very. I'm always very careful about taking trades on very thinly traded stocks. I've done it before, and I've gotten wrecked from it before, even more recently. So, but anyway, all right. Well, guys, listen, I am pretty much. I think I'm pretty much done for the day. Look at this, man. I missed that move. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I may come back later and check some of this stuff out. But guys, it was. This is why I think with SPY, yeah. You're right. You're right. Short it all. You're absolutely right. I think SPY gets if SPY gets the drop, I think it'll definitely get the drop. Even with light volume. But yeah, good call, good move. Hopefully you get it. Hopefully you're able to get in there and make some profit off of that. Short it all, and come back and let us know tomorrow, man. I'd be interested to see if you were able to get a good move off of that. And so. But yeah, Work Diver, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. And everybody, Orlando, Sauger, Yoni B, Short It All, always good to see you guys. And Orlando, welcome to the channel. Hopefully we'll see more of you in the days to come. And Mike came in today. Sorry, Mike, I didn't see your question. You said, are you trading NVIDIA today? I had it on the watch list. I don't know if you're still in here, Mike, but my apologies for missing your question earlier this morning. Guys, have a good rest of the day. And again, be sure to come back and check out the recap video. Let me know in the comments, even on the recap, what you guys ended up trading and if you did well on them or what you could have learned to do better. If you feel like sharing that information publicly. I mean, I just like to see, just because I like to know what you guys are doing also. But of course, you can always just come back tomorrow and talk about that in the chat if you'd like. But anyway, y'all have a good rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.